Welcome to Break Time on West Side, episode 4. Funny enough, now that I think about it, the Minisode series is actually just about to end. Final episode is next week. So y'all make sure you stay tuned for that. I might bring another guest real soon. Can't really be too sure. But anyways, that being said, I have a problem. What the hell is it with people on social media nowadays? Like, fine, yes, we get it. It's your mother's birthday, it's your child's birthday, it's your something's birthday, but they're not on IG. It's not like they follow you. So, why the fuck should you tell us again? Anyways, that being said, actually, now that I've started on family, I did kind of get a peek on some information that regarded family, which really piqued my interest. So, I'm gonna take you all to that real soon. So, yeah, I'll see you in a bit. So about a day or two, I'm just scrolling through IG, scrolling through Twitter as well. And then I kind of stumbled upon this same story from both ends. The whole Dwayne Wade acknowledging the son/daughter's new identity, blah, 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 about being identified as female and being called Zaya instead of Zion. Now, by all means, this is absolute bullshit. This is BS, complete and utter BS, because this child is 12 years old. When you're 12 years old, you don't entirely know how to use your penis. So even trying to desist from the gender that uses penises normally is quite off. Call it homophobic or transphobic, I don't know. It could be one, it could be both. But the way I see it, it just wasn't properly set up, in a sense that you're supposed to be making such decisions at a very young age. Now, fine, yes, I get it. And I totally understand why Dwayne Wade had to hop onto the son/daughter side. Because, as a parent, you have to be supportive. You support your children as they grow, as they make certain decisions. But, I'm going to say this for the record. It is too damn early. Because you're 12 years old. Your schlong ain't even a schlong yet. It's still a short. You haven't even gone through puberty. You don't know what it's like to be a man. I don't care who the hell's gonna say that this is off because they've been a male child for the past 12 years. Think about it like this. You will never know the full extent till you have gone through puberty and or adolescence. Because either way, one or the other, they're more or less almost the same thing. Now, that being said, you're kind of still unaware of what it's like being a man, because you haven't gone through the full, physical potential of being a man. And I'm not even talking about growing old. Like, there's just growing the features that come with adolescence. So, having wet dreams and dealing with a dick, to the random boners. Obviously, if you were at a much later age, like let's say 18, then it would make sense for you to come out and start saying, you know what, this is my truth. I've decided to be female and I want to be called Zaya. Like, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But I feel as though when you decide to make this whole decision-making situation acceptable at such an early age, you're exposing this child to so much of an issue besides just the fact that they don't entirely understand the kind of area they're getting into. Because fine, yes, the internet might bash them, but the worst bit is school. I'm gonna say that because I have a friend who was outed. For those of you that don't know what outed is, it's when you're a part of the LGBTQ community, mostly gay people, and someone just goes out and just blabbers to everyone that so and so is gay, and they pretty much point the finger at you and so on. And yes, maybe you are. So he was outed when he had recently just started high school. And the person who outed him to his entire class. Now, after that, school became an absolute hell for him. And as much as a lot of us found high school to be hell, I feel as though his might have been worse because he was outed. And in this particular country that I'm in, this is Kenya. And just like Spotify, it's not exactly acceptable here. So, obviously, you're gonna get stigmatized. Obviously, you're gonna get bullied. Being cyberbullied, that's an entirely different animal on its own, but you have to think about the physical bit first. Now, this kid is in high school. Back to the 12-year-old kid. Zion, whichever one you choose to use. This kid is in high school. They're going to go and sort of come out as transgender. I'd probably say, you know what, if you're gonna come out, wait until you're 18. Because at that point, you've gone through the full stage of adolescence. You've understood what it's like being a male before you can start saying that you want to be a female. So when you're busy giving me the whole rundown of, oh, you know, they started at such an early age, this is a form of leadership, I call that bullshit. There is no leadership there. Some shit just cannot be pushed. So when you're saying that a 12-year-old should be allowed to come out as transgender, it becomes a big issue for them because of the physical bullying. Like, the people that are bullying you will be right next to you, will be seated around you. This is something that I don't know if the kid is ready to take, and you're exposing them to such, and you're gonna accept that. As much as people might call that good parenting, I call bullshit on that. Because think about it like this. You cannot push time on a lot of things. Even Warren Buffett said it. There are just some things that you just can't push time for. You cannot sleep with 9 women and expect to produce a baby in a month. It doesn't work that way. Even though you have to think of that logic and throw in sleeping with a woman 9 times and dropping your kids there, you will not produce a baby in 1 month. Some shits just do not, like, you can't just go around time like that. So when you're allowing your child to come out at such an early age and you're supporting them, fine, supporting them is okay. But allowing them to come out, this is something that will affect them from a society level. The support system is okay, but the society level can drive the child to the worst of their thought processes, to the worst of their mental health. And you're allowing this shit? Oh, hell no. And it's a problem with 21st century parenting. Because if you're listening and you're from Kenya, then you've probably heard of the story of this like 10-year-old kid who's a pastor, and he's been going around and he's preaching. And the guy's been setting off Kenyan Twitter because I think at some point he had mentioned, you know, like people sleeping around and people engaging in different sins, blah, blah, blah. And everyone was like, does this guy even know what it is that he's talking about? He hasn't even clocked yet. He hasn't even started getting the lust to sleep with someone. So how would he know the kind of struggles that we're going through? Because some things you just can't learn without experience. You get. So if you're the type of person that is totally on the side of the both of them, then clearly there's a problem. I think 21st century parenting is a scam. It pretty much just ruined a lot of things because you're giving kids more entitlement, you're giving them so much more freedom, and you're not teaching them how to control the boundaries and the freedoms that they get. Because at the end of it, you're going to end up screwing a lot of our future generations, all because you are being more lenient and making your kid more comfortable and giving them stuff even when they probably didn't need it at that time. Anyways, now that that's been handled, guys, please stop posting up your family members on IG if they're not there. I don't really think it's our business to see them. And I don't know, like, I feel like identity is a personal thing, but just because you believe in it doesn't mean that everyone else does. So y'all take care, and for fuck's sake, go back to 20th century parenting. It worked. 21st century parenting is a scam.